Now, I like comics. I know, that's shocking to learn, huh? I mean, it's not like I made an entire channel based on just that. The first series I ever read was Secret Wars, the 80s event. When I was about 6, and obviously no, it wasn't when it was coming out. I was born in 2005. I read them when my parents found them in a yard sale. The first series I actually ever read as it was coming out was actually the New 52 Nightwing run, but back to Secret Wars. Now, up to this point, I had watched the movies up to this point, the Fantastic Four movies, Iron Man, Hulk, the Spider-Man movies, the Batman movies, none of the Nolan ones because remember, I was only 6. So I like superheroes. I knew that much, but I didn't know if I liked comics or not, because I never really read one. Now, Secret Wars was about them all going to battleworld, where heroes and villains were taken to battle. This series is now even being set up to be adapted into the MCU in a 3 or 2-part movie. Now, Secret Wars is a 12-issue series from 1984. I almost said 2016 for some reason. Where the X-Men, Iron Man, Avengers, Hulk, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four were all sent. The reason why I include Iron Man and Hulk separately is because they weren't on the Avengers at the time. Nor was it Tony Stark, but James Rhoedes. They had faced off against villains from Doctor Doom to Lizard to Enchantress to Klaw. This storyline also introduced many new plot points that would forever change the Marvel Universe. Spider-Man got his black suit. Thing could turn human on Battleworld and leads of Fantastic Four, resulting in She-Hulk replacing him. Magneto would be redeemed after being teleported with the heroes rather than the villains. And it saw the introduction of many new heroes and villains. Kinda including Venom in that, but kind of not, because technically he wasn't actually a villain, or hero, or even a character. He was the black suit, which would later be retconned to become Venom. But in this storyline, it would introduce many new characters: Spider-Woman, Titania, and Volcana. These three were brought in because of the clear lack of female characters being present, with the villains only having a single female villain on the team, that being Enchantress, who wasn't even an all-out villain. She was an anti-hero, practically. This Spider-Woman isn't Jessica Drew, who, before someone comments, yes, already existed. This is Julia Carpenter, a version of the character to also become very popular. She didn't be a villain for a time, but that was later retconned or forgotten. It just wouldn't stick. All three of these characters would become huge in the Marvel Universe. Titania recently joined the MCU in She-Hulk. Julia is said to be in the Madam Web movie. Well, Volcana is the black sheep of the group, but she still is in the comics. She's just not as big as the other two. This comic also has some really iconic covers. Now, issue 8 is probably the most known, but I had to say my personal favorite is issue 6 with all the villains. Now, I'm a big fan of villains, and while DC typically has Marvel beat to them, I think if Marvel were to use these villains specifically in development, they could probably hold their own. Now, yeah, that didn't happen, and some of them have been forgotten at time, which is unfortunate. But I really like every single villain on this cover. And I personally think that these villains specifically very much could hold their own against DC villains. Well, maybe not anymore. Not anymore, but definitely back in the day when this comic came out, if Marvel actually, I think, focused on these villains, I think they definitely could have held their own against DC's villains. Anyways, that's it. Like always, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!